There's something happening in Los Angeles that nobody's talking about, but everyone's feeling it. You walk into Crypto.com arena right now, and the energy's different. The championship banners still hang from the rafters, purple and gold still shine under those bright lights, but something fundamental shifted. I'm seeing it every single game, and today I'm breaking down exactly what's unfolding before our eyes. Welcome to Lakers News Fan Report, where you get the latest breaking developments and honest analysis about our beloved. Make sure you're subscribed because we're diving deep story that's reshaping the entire future franchise. Trust me, you need to hear this. I've been covering this team for years, watching every game, analyzing every play, every substitution, every press conference. I've seen the championships, appointments, the rebuilds, and the resurrection. But what I'm witnessing right now in this 2020-26 season is something I genuinely never thought I'd see in my lifetime as a Laker. Let me paint you a picture of where we are, and I promise you, by the end of this video, you're going to understand why this season represents the most significant transition in Lakers history since Shaq-Kobe era ended. The Lakers are currently sitting at 15 wins. At that 15, we're not competitive dominant. We're not just winning games, we're establishing ourselves as legitimate championship contenders in a Western Conference that's absolutely stacked with talent. But here's where things get interesting. This is what I need you to really focus, because this detail matters more than several of those wins. Some of our most impressive performances this season have come without one of the biggest names in basketball history on the court. I'm not talking about minor wins against tanking teams. I'm talking about statement victories that have the entire league taking notice. Austin Reaves has become something special. I've been saying this for months, and now the entire basketball world is finally catching here. This kid is posting numbers of him in legitimate, most proved player conversation. We're talking about a player who's averaging career highs across the board, showing up in clutch moments, making plays that championship teams need their guards to make. Reaves has that it factor, that confident swagger that can't. When he's got the ball in his hands in the fourth quarter, I'm not nervous. I'm expecting him to deliver, and more often than not, he does exactly that. But Reaves isn't the story I brought you here to today. He's a massive part of it, absolutely, but he's not the centerpiece of this transformation. The centerpiece arrived in February, and when that trade went down, it sent shock through the entire NBA. I'm talking about a move that nobody saw coming, a decision that had analysts, fans, and players themselves questioning everything they thought they knew about how this league operates. The Los Angeles Lakers acquired Luka Dončić. Yes, you heard that right. Luka Dončić, the 26-year-old Slovenian superstar who's been putting up MVP caliber numbers for years, is now wearing purple and gold. The cost? Anthony Davis. The Lakers sent AD to Dallas in a trade that will be debated for decades. Anthony Davis, our defensive anchor, our pick-and-roll maestro, our championship centerpiece from 2020, was traded for a player who many consider to be the future face of the NBA. This wasn't a salary. This wasn't a desperation move, failing franchise. This was a calculated, strategic decision by an organization that looked at its roster, looked at a timeline, and made a choice about the direction of this franchise for the next 10 years. Now, Luka in Los Angeles is everything we hoped it would be more. I'm watching him orchestrate this off a level of creativity and control that simply mesmerizing. He's averaging MVP caliber statistics. He's making everyone around him better. He's commanding double teams and triple teams, still finding ways to get his teammates wide open. The chemistry he's developing with Reaves is special. These two are starting to read each other's running pick and rolls, defense no answer, creating advantage at lead, easy bucket. Watching Luka operate in the Lakers system with these weapons around him has been one of the most exciting I've covered as a Lakers content creator. The Crypto.com arena crowd has embraced him completely. When Luka hits one of those step-back threes, when he throws one of those no-look passes, when he puts a defender on skates with one of his signature moves, the building absolutely erupts. He's not just accepted here, he's celebrated. He's not just playing well, he's thriving. The Lakers have found their franchise player for the next decade, and at 26 years old, we're not even seeing his final form yet. This is a player who's going to get better, who's going to refine his game, who's going to lead this team to multiple championship opportunities. But here's where the story takes a turn, and this is the part that's been eating at me for weeks. This is the reality that we need to address head-on as Lakers fans, because ignoring it doesn't make it go away. We have a 41-year-old legend on this roster. We have arguably the greatest basketball player to ever live, a four-time champion, a four-time MVP, the all-time leading scorer in NBA history, wearing a Lakers uniform. LeBron James is dealing with sciatica issues in his left leg. He's missing games for load management. He's sitting out back-to-back back. He's being carefully managed by the medical staff to preserve his health and his ability to contribute when he does play. And here's the thing that nobody wants to say out loud, but I'm going to say it because this channel is always honest and real. When LeBron sits, we're still winning. When LeBron's out for rest or injury management, the Lakers aren't just surviving, they're thriving. Luka steps into that primary ball handler role completely. Reaves elevates his game another level. The offense doesn't stagnate, flows. The ball movement improves, pace increases. Younger legs run the floor harder. Defensive rotations are sharper. I'm not saying LeBron makes us worse when he plays. That would be absurd. What I'm saying is that this team has proven it can function at an elite level without him, and that's a significant development for a franchise trying to plan its future. Stephen A. Smith recently went on record discussing this exact situation, and his comments sent the basketball world into a frenzy. Speaking candidly on a podcast, Stephen A. acknowledged something that everybody in NBA circles has been whispering about for months. Despite LeBron's age, despite the sciatica, despite missing time, he can still play. Stephen A. believes LeBron can come back and average over 20 points per game at 41 years old. That's not a criticism of LeBron's ability. That's actually a testament to how incredible he still is as a basketball player. At an age when most players are retired, when most athletes are watching games from their couch, LeBron James can still be a productive NBA player on a championship contending team. Stephen A. something that cuts straight to the heart of matter. He suggested that if the Lakers had a choice, they would trade LeBron, not because his game has deteriorated, not because he can't contribute, not because there's any animosity or dysfunction. They would trade him because of his age and because they have Luka Dončić future. Stephen A. put it plainly, Luka is 26 years old and you want young players on the court, not someone who's 41 and approaching the end of his career. It's a business decision. It's an organizational decision. It's a decision about maximizing your championship window with your new franchise cornerstone. This hits different for those of us who've watched LeBron in a Lakers uniform. I remember when he signed here in 2018. I remember the excitement, the anticipation, the belief that he would bring championships back to Los Angeles, and he did. The 2020 championship was real. The bubble title count. LeBron delivered for this franchise. He gave us memories that will last forever. But basketball is a business, and businesses operate on timeline. The Lakers' timeline right now is centered around Luka Dončić. Championship windows are calculated based on Luka's prime years, not LeBron's remaining season. Here's where I need to be completely honest with all of you watching this video. As a Lakers fan, as someone who bleeds purple and gold, I'm conflicted. Part of me wants to see LeBron finish his career here, retire as a Laker, have his jersey retired alongside the all-time greats in franchise history. But another part of me, the analytical part, the part that wants sustained championship contention for the next decade, understands why the organization might be thinking differently. If you can trade a 41-year-old player, even if that player is LeBron James, for assets that help you build around a 26-year-old generational talent, don't you have to at least consider it? The Lakers are expected to continue managing LeBron's minute careful season. More games will be missed for load management, rest days, strategic schedule. The organization is being smart about preservation, about keeping him healthy for potential playoff runs, but every game he sits, every game where we win without him, every game where Luka dominates, Reaves flourishes, it reinforces the reality that this franchise is evolving beyond. I want to be clear about something, though, and this is important. This isn't a disrespectful take on LeBron. This isn't me turning my back on a legend. This isn't about diminishing his accomplishments or his contributions to Lakers basketball. What this is about is recognizing where we are as a franchise and where we're going. Luka Dončić is the present and the future of the Los Angeles Lakers. That's not a prediction, statement of fact based on everything we're seeing this season. He's the guy building chemistry with our core. He's the guy learning the system. He's the guy developing relation, coaching, and the front office with a 10-year outlook in mind. The beauty of what the Lakers have right now is optional. With a 15-4 record, with Luka playing at an MVP level, with Reaves breaking out as a legitimate secondary star, with depth on the roster that can contribute in meaningful minutes, this is a team that can compete for championships right now, while also securing championships for years to come. That's a position that most franchises would kill to be in. We're not rebuilding. We're not stuck in mediocrity. We're not hoping for ping-pong balls to bounce our way in the draft lottery. We're winning games at an elite level. Franchise player who hasn't even entered his prime yet. But the LeBron question looms over everything. What do you do with a legend who can still contribute but doesn't fit your long-term timeline. Trade him and risk the backlash fans want to see him retire a Laker? Do you keep him and accept that minutes and touches are being taken away from younger players who are part of your future? Do you have an honest conversation with him about his role and what the organization envisions for the next few years? These are not easy questions, and there are no perfect answers. What I do know is this: the Lakers are in a position of strength. 15-4 is real. Luka Dončić, purple and gold, is real. Austin Reaves' emergence, this team's championship potential, is real. And regardless of what happens to LeBron, whether he's traded, whether he retires as a Laker, whether he adjusts reduced role, the franchise is set up for sustained success. That's what we should be celebrating as Lakers. We're not. We're living in a present, incredibly exciting, while knowing the future even. The trade of Anthony Davis for Luka Dončić will be debated forever. Some will say we gave up too much. Some will say AD's defense and his ability to protect the rims irreplaceable. Right now, watching Luka orchestrate this offense, watching him develop into the leader of this franchise, I'm confident the Lakers made the right decision. This was a trade that prioritized sustained excellence over short-term comfort. This was a trade that looked at championship windows realistic. This was a trade that set up the Lakers to compete for titles for the next decade season. So where does that leave LeBron? Honestly, I don't know. I don't have inside information trade. I'm not privy to conversations between LeBron and the front office. What I can tell you is that based on everything we're seeing, based on the team's success without him, based on the organization's clear commitment to building around Luka, it feels like we're approaching an inflection point. Something is going to happen. Either LeBron accepts a dramatic reduced role, or the Lakers explore trade possibilities, or we have a mutual parting of ways that allows LeBron to chase another ring elsewhere while the Lakers fully commit to the Luka era. And honest, Lakers Nation, as painful as it might be to consider, that might be what's best for everyone involved. LeBron deserves to play meaningful minutes on a team that needs him as a primary contributor. The Lakers deserve to give Luka every opportunity to flourish without any questions about hierarchy or role. Sometimes the best decision is the hardest. Sometimes respecting a legend means giving them the freedom to write their final chapters on their own terms, rather than forcing an awkward fit that benefits nobody. I'm optimistic about where this franchise is headed. I'm excited about Luka, thrilled about Reaves. I'm impressed by the depth, coaching, and the organization. The Lakers are back, and they're back in a sustainable way. This isn't a veteran super team hoping to squeeze out one more championship run before everyone retires. This is a young, dynamic, explosive team built around a superstar who's just entering his prime. That's the foundation for multiple championship opportunity, and that's what every franchise in the league is desperately trying to build. Before we wrap this up, I need to hear from you. This is the biggest story in Lakers basketball right now, and I want to know where you stand. Do you think the Lakers should trade LeBron James? Should they honor his legacy by keeping him here and letting him retire as a Laker, regardless of fit? Should they have an honest conversation about accepting a bench role? How do you feel about the Anthony Davis trade now that we've seen Luka in action? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single comment, and I love hearing different perspectives from Lakers fans around the world. This is our team, community. These conversations matter. Looking at the big picture, the Lakers position perfectly for both immediate and long-term. We have a superstar in his prime, a breakout guard who's becoming a star, solid supporting cast, and an organization that's making bold decisions to maximize champion potential. The 15-4 record isn't a fluke. This is a legitimate contender, and with Luka Dončić leading the way, we're going to be contenders for years to come. That's the reality of Lakers basketball 2025-20, and I couldn't be more excited about what's. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the current state of the Lakers, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I'm posting daily updates, breaking news, trade analysis, and game breakdown. This is your home for everything Lakers, the good, the bad, and the we don't shy away from tough conversation. We analyze everything with honesty and passion because that's what this team deserves. Join the Lakers News Fan Report family and let's ride this season together. Drop a like if you're excited about the Luka era. Comment below with your thoughts on the LeBron situation. And I'll see you in the next one, where we'll continue breaking down everything happening with our beloved Lakers. Purple and gold forever.